Alright, so welcome back. What's going on? It is Bam from Bam's Gaming Studios here today, and I am here to show you another YouTube tutorial video on how to make a Minecraft 1.19.4 Spigot server, and this is also known as Bucket, or at least used to be. I don't know how popularized Bucket still is, but I prefer Spigot. So it's the same thing for both, and you can actually get both of them on the same website, so that's the great thing about it. But I'm going to go ahead and show you guys how to get started here today. So if you go to your browser, the first thing you're going to need to do is download a Spigot jar or a bucket jar, either way. So you go on Google or whatever you're using and you type in get Spigot. You click on the first link that comes up here. It says Spigot. And right here, you're going to see the 1.19.4 jar. So you're going to hit download. And it's going to take you to this page. Now, they made this a little tricky to try and, trick you into clicking create a server, which takes you to a server hosting website. But hey, that's what we're here to avoid today, right? So you click on the jar itself, not the create a server button. And as you can see, it's downloaded a jar for me to use. So I'm going to go ahead and drag this over onto my second monitor and do what I did last time, my last tutorial, which is open this folder up here, which you will need a folder to put all of this in, and drag that jar in there. Now, what I'm going to go ahead and do is just rename this to spigot.jar for simplicity's sake, because we are going to be making a Start.bat for this server. Now, much like the Minecraft server.jar nowadays, you can double click on this spigot.jar and it will go ahead and get your server started for you. This is going to do some things like just generate the base files you need, such as the eula.txt, and some of the other files that the server needs to go ahead and get started. So I'm going to go ahead and change this in here. You're going to need to open up the eula.txt, and you're going to need to change this false value from true. This will happen the first time you try to start up your server, and your server will not start, so make sure you do this, or else it will not start from that point on. Now I went ahead and ran the jar again. What this is going to do is open up the GUI, much like it does with a vanilla Minecraft server. You're going to see it has all these settings in here, which typically can be changed in any of these given text files here, which you will see in your server.properties, which is where you're going to go to change things like, can people fly? You can set the port in here, you can turn PvP off, you can set the server name, all that good stuff. You can set a seed in here, I believe. So yeah, this is where you'll want to go if you want to change anything to do with the server settings, and this is actually the same for a vanilla Minecraft server as well. So what it's doing right now is generating the base world, the nether, and the end, as you guys can see by the files here. So I'm going to let it run through this process for a second. And as you guys can see, I'm pretty close to the memory cap here. The servers will come with a 1 GB automatic memory cap, but it is started, so I'm just going to go ahead and join. So what you'll want to do, if you are just connecting to your server, is you can do localhost 25565, and you will be able to connect to your server. So I'm going to go ahead and do that real quick just to show you guys, and I am in the ground. Alright, here we are. Wow, I actually spawned right in a village. What a great seed. But yeah, this is just the basics of how to make the server. Now we're going to go ahead and disconnect from the server, and I'm going to show you guys how to stop it, which is just stop, enter, which will save everything and shut the server down safely. You can just close it out, but there's no guarantee it will, be a current save. You might get a little bit behind if you just go ahead and exit out. But the next step we're going to do is to create the Start.bat. So let's go in here and we're going to create a new text document and name it Start. And we're going to change this extension here to .bat. It's going to ask you this question. You're just going to hit yes because you're not breaking anything. There is nothing to break. I'm going to show you guys, if you don't see these extensions, the easiest way to change that is in the file explorer here. You hit view and you make sure file name extensions is checked. See, if I uncheck it, I don't see those anymore. If I do, I can see them. It's a huge help to have them displayed for really most things, especially if you're working with servers. Anyways, so now that we have that Start.bat, I am going to go ahead and pull the Start.bat code for this from my other YouTube tutorial. I was hoping to see it up there in the recently opened, but this is all you'll need to start the server, is this right here, and I will put this down in the description, as well as a download for a basic Start.bat. So anyways, in here you're gonna see that this is, let me make sure, Minecraft Server Spigot tutorial. You're going to change this right here. This is important. Whatever your jar in the folder is set to, you change the name here to. So spigot.jar, and it's set to no GUI, which means it won't launch that ugly Minecraft Server GUI that launches by default. The pause here allows you to, like, the console will stay open if it crashes for any reason. You can see what happens. And this right here specifies that you are using Java. This starts a Java command line. And then right here, this is your RAM arguments. Now, this is very important. It goes up in increments of 1024. That's a gigabyte. So typically, you want to try to have like 2 to 4 gigabytes if you're just going to play with like 6 to 8 people, some of your friends. Really, 4 gigabytes is ideal. But if you can't, really 2 or 3 will be fine. And then to see how much RAM you have, you can go ahead and go to Task Manager and go over here to Performance, and you will see Memory, and up here tells you the total amount of RAM that you have, as well as the RAM in use and available. So right now I've got about 10 gigabytes in use and 21 gigabytes available. So I'm just going to leave mine at 4096, which is 4 gigabytes. And a simpler way to do this, is if you guys don't want to add up math, is you can just change this to 4G and 4G or 3G or so on, whatever you want it to be. So I'm going to go ahead and save that and start it up, which will start my server back up. And that should only take a second. And now while this is downloading, the reason a lot of people do this is they want to be able to do things like /set home or set warp on their server when they're playing with their friends. So what you'll need for that is essentials. So now you're going to look up essentials 1.19.4, and the first thing to come up, let me add Minecraft in there. Okay, now we're gonna add plugin into it. Last time I did this, it was pretty simple. Okay, if you put plugin, it comes, excuse me, right up. It tries to show you mods, but you'll need Essentials X, and I'll make sure that this is linked down below. So I'm gonna go ahead and just hit download now on this. It's gonna take me to the Essentials X website, and typically the only things you need are Essentials X itself, chat, and spawn. You can add in any of these other add-ons that you might need. There's integration with Discord add-on. There's anti-build, geo, which is geographical player lookup. I'm sorry. A protect plugin, and I do believe this is lightweight chat, messaging, and server log integration. Okay. But anyways, yeah, these are the 3 that you'll need, and I'm going to go ahead and scroll back up to them. Essentials X, chat, and spawn. These are just the basics for essentials, and you put those in your plugins folder, which will now have generated inside of your server folder. Now, I should be able to reload the server, and it will load essentials, I think. I'm not sure if it did or not, but we're going to go find out. I'm going to go ahead and hop on the server real quick. And with any luck, I don't think, no, it does not look like it loaded essentials. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and op myself, which is just op, and then your username. And then I'm going to stop the server. It'll just take a second to do that. And once that's done, if you just start your server again, it should load up essentials just fine. You used to be able to just reload it. I guess not so much anymore. But yeah, that is the basics, guys, on how to set up a Spigot server and get the set home command and all that good stuff. Again, to have set home, you do need essentials installed. It's important, and at base level, you will need to opt people for them to be able to use it. But yeah, guys, that is that. And real quick, after this is done, I just want to show you guys that you can go on there and use those commands. So here I am on the server, I'm op, and as you can see now, it tells me the world time and everything. This right here is really your indicator that essentials is working. You can do /set home. Okay, let me get away from the edge. /set home, and it will set my home to the current location. If I just do something like run over here, /home, well, here I am. Well, guys, that is the basics on how to set up a Minecraft server and get essentials on it with Spigot and everything. The next thing I'm going to show you, I kind of showed my last video, and I'll say again, I am going to put a link at the beginning of this video and right now to show you guys, at least I will on the 15th, how to properly port forward. I can't at my current place of residence. It's community Wi-Fi, but I will show you guys how to get there, and I will leave a link in the description below that shows you for all the different modem types and brands what you need to type in to log into your gateway and where port forwarding should be. If it's not there, please leave a comment or contact me on Discord and I'll do my best to help you out. So now the most important part of this is you're going to need to open up command prompt so you can find your default gateway. So you're going to go there, you're going to open up command prompt, and you're going to type in ipconfig. Once you have that typed in, you're going to press enter, and all of this is going to pop up. It looks a little scary, but it's not, I promise. So right here, what you're looking for is default gateway. It's this number right here. It's going to be different for you. It's typically something like 192.168.0.1. So you would take that, you can just copy it, by pressing Control C, and you're going to go on to Google, and you're going to put that IP in. I think it added an extra space here. It didn't. And for me, this is going to bring this up. For you guys, you're going to see a landing page with a login for, a username and password, which is typically something like admin and password. But again, I'm leaving a link in the description below that will show you what you need to input there to log in based on the brand of your modem or whoever your ISP is. So now that you have that up, what you're going to use to port forward on here. So once you find the port forwarding section, it's going to ask you for an IP. Make sure that you use your IPv4 address. Some modems and router setups will actually just already show your computer as something connected to the network. It'll show your IP and you just select your own computer. But oftentimes you will have to input an IP to port forward, and that's going to be your IPv4 address. And to port forward for Minecraft, what you're going to need is that port that we've seen here now a few times, which is, if I could scroll up far enough, 25565. There it is, right there. So you would add this IPv4 address and this port to your port forwarding landing page or wherever it is, and that is how you port forward the server. Now, for your friends to join, they need your external IP, which is not related to either of these IPs. So do not give your friends your IPv4 or your default gateway. What they will need is your external IP. I'll say that again. And you can find that by going somewhere like ipchicken.com. And what that does is shows you your external IP address. So you just search up ipchicken. I'll make sure I link this below as well. And here is my external IP. So I would give my friends this plus the port 25565 to join my server once I had it port forwarded. Not my default gateway and not my IPv4 address. So that's pretty much all I have for you guys today. And I apologize, I could not properly show you the full length of what it looks like to port forward, but I will make sure that I include a link below that gives you a little bit of a tutorial on that. And there will also, like I said at the beginning of the segment, be a link to another video that shows you guys exactly how to port forward that's coming out on the 15th, because I cannot currently do that where I'm at. Well, that is all I have for you in this video today. Thank you for watching. I hope you have a great one, and I will see you all next time.